but there is other hardware that's up for grabs for the players. So let's talk about those awards. Anna, you're up first. Who do you think might take home some awards this year?
I know the Hart Trophy is Connor McDavid's trophy to lose, but a player I'm looking at is Jack Hughes of the New Jersey Devils. A lot of hype around this squad this year, and Jack Hughes deserves all the hype he has. Top 10 in the NHL in goals last year, 40 goal scorer. Top 15 in points, just shy of 100 with 99. He could take the next step this year on an improved Jersey Devils team from last season, and they were already tremendous last year, guys, so imagine how good he could be this year.
Pete, we go from Jack Hughes to you have a plethora of options here, all from Buffalo?
Yeah, I think that they could be littered in the awards list, the top three. Not saying that each of them is going to win it, but they're all contenders. Rasmus Dahlin coming up, a 70-plus point season, is in the Norris conversation. Don Granato, if the Sabres end the 12-season playoff drought up in Buffalo, he could be in the running for Jack Adams Coach of the Year. Tage Thompson, maybe this is a little bit more on the bold side. I think he has a ceiling that is still on tap. Maybe he could contend for the Rocket Richard for most goals, or even if he shoulders as big of a load as we expect and the Sabres make the playoffs, could be a dark horse for the Hart Trophy. And then Devin Levi, maybe the most likely of the bunch. I know Connor Bedard is standing in his way, but we haven't seen a goalie win the Calder Trophy for Rookie of the Year in quite some time. That position could be due, and he has the workload ahead of him where he could have 30, 35 wins and shock the world here.
And you're giving us some good plus money there, the 12-1, at 10-1. All right, Thomas, you are next up. Who's someone you're looking at for an award?
I want to talk about the Vezina Trophy, and I want to talk about the guy that I've seen more than anyone, and that's Ilya Sorokin, a guy for the New York Islanders that every time he's in net, you have a chance to win. And there's many times the reason that you win is because he's so good. He's locked up long term. This is a guy that has gotten better every single season, every game of his entire career. You see the breathtaking saves that he can make, but he's so positionally sound, he's quick, he's fast. And I look at last year, the finalists with Hellebuck. I don't know how Winnipeg's going to be this year. It could be a transitional year. Linus Ullmark, if not for him having such a sensational season last year, it would have been Ilya Sorokin in my mind. And I think he's a guy that's going to continue to improve. And these numbers are really, really special when you talk about shutouts and what he's able to accomplish. But he's a guy that I think was also up there in Hart consideration just because of how valuable he was. And I expect to see him be that good. And this is a New York Islanders team that relies on him. But the one thing that I will say, perhaps if Semyon Varlamov gets some more starts this year, I think that's was probably the ideal plan last year. And there was some injuries and some pressure down the stretch, maybe a little bit more rest. And this is a guy that will be there at the end of the year.
I made that comment a little bit ago about Vasi, and I think just from his workload, the way his stature, how big he is, but there might not be a better player or goalie that's playing top of the game right now than Ilya Sorokin. He's been lights out as of late, and so I'm going to go more in the Norris. And I thought the category you were going to go with the North being a defenseman, but I'm going to go with Miro Heiskanen. And we just gave the Norris to a guy that got 101 points, or he got over 100 points this year in Erik Karlsson, and deservingly so. But now that we got that out of the way, can we please start giving some respect to the defensive side of the game? Not only did he double up his points from 2 years ago to last year, he's got that. I don't know if he's going to be a 90-point defenseman. He's certainly capable of it, but he does so many things for the Dallas Stars on the defensive side. Zone entries, I think he's top 3 in the National Hockey League, advancing the puck with his legs, making great feeds. This guy, once John Klingberg was out of the picture from Dallas, there's more opportunity on the table, more power play time, more looks. Miro has run with that. I think he's going to continue to run with that. I want him to get some well-deserved attention in the Norris category.
All right, so talk as the defenseman here. Miro going to win that award. If it wasn't him, who would it be?
It would be Cale Makar, but if I'll talk Heiskanen just a little bit, I've been high on this guy for so long, back when he was putting up about 35, 40 points a year. I thought he was that good. Now he's at 70 points. The benchmark has been moved a little bit for what defensemen can do. 70 points is good enough for me. You're on the first power play, you're killing penalties, first and last minutes of games. This is a guy that does the things that stand out to you when you watch the highlights, but the things you talked about, zone entries, breaking out of your zone, how smooth he is, how well he defends. He's got some bite to him as well, so I think that's a great pick. I think him and Makar are the class of defensemen in the NHL right now.
I think you guys all crushed it. I'm going to go super chalky. Connor McDavid's going to win another. All right? Just super chalky.